Imagine you're walking alone at night and suddenly hear footsteps behind you. Your heart races, breathing quickens, and muscles tense up. This is your body's ancient survival mechanism in action, the fight or flight response. But what happens when this emergency system stays activated for too long? Today we're exploring the fight or flight reaction and its surprising connection to chronic inflammation in our bodies. The fight or flight response, also known as the acute stress response, is our body's automatic physiological reaction to perceived threats. When our brain detects danger, it triggers a cascade of hormonal changes. The hypothalamus activates our sympathetic nervous system and signals the adrenal glands to release stress hormones, primarily adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline increases your heart rate, elevates blood pressure, and boosts energy supplies. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, increases glucose in the bloodstream and enhances the brain's use of glucose. It also curbs functions not essential for immediate survival, like digestive, reproductive, and immune system responses. These changes prepare us to either confront the threat or flee from danger, hence the name fight or flight. Blood flows away from our digestive system and toward our muscles. Our pupils dilate, awareness intensifies, and our reaction time improves. All these responses evolved to help us survive immediate physical threats. But here's where things get interesting. Our modern stressors rarely require physical fighting or running. Instead, we face chronic psychological stressors, work deadlines, financial worries, relationship problems, and information overload. These stressors can keep our fight or flight response partially activated for extended periods. This brings us to inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural protective response to injury or infection. When you cut your finger or catch a cold, acute inflammation helps heal wounds and fight pathogens. This type of inflammation is beneficial and temporary. Chronic low-level inflammation is different. It's a persistent, systemic inflammatory response that occurs at lower intensity than acute inflammation, but can last for months or years. This type of inflammation has been linked to numerous health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even depression. So how does the fight or flight response connect to chronic inflammation? The relationship is both direct and indirect. When cortisol is released during the stress response, it typically has anti-inflammatory effects in the short term. This makes evolutionary sense. If you're running from a predator, your body temporarily suppresses inflammation to prioritize survival. However, with chronic stress, this relationship changes dramatically. Prolonged elevation of stress hormones can lead to glucocorticoid resistance, where cells become less sensitive to cortisol's regulatory effects. The body then loses its ability to properly regulate inflammatory responses. Additionally, chronic stress activates inflammatory signaling pathways. It increases the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, small proteins that regulate inflammation. Studies have shown that people under chronic stress have higher levels of inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha. Stress also affects our behaviors in ways that promote inflammation. When stressed, we often sleep poorly, make unhealthy food choices, exercise less, and may increase alcohol consumption or smoking, all factors that can increase inflammatory markers. The autonomic nervous system plays a crucial role too. The sympathetic branch, activated during fight or flight, increases inflammatory responses, while the parasympathetic branch, active during rest and digestion, reduces inflammation. Chronic stress creates an imbalance, favoring the pro-inflammatory sympathetic activity. This chronic low-level inflammation creates a dangerous cycle. Inflammation itself can trigger anxiety and depression-like behaviors, which further activate the stress response, creating more inflammation. This inflammatory cycle can contribute to numerous chronic diseases and accelerate aging processes. The implications of this connection are significant. Many modern diseases share chronic inflammation as a common factor. including cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, autoimmune disorders, and neurodegenerative conditions. By understanding how chronic stress contributes to inflammation, we gain insight into potential prevention and treatment strategies. Managing stress effectively becomes not just a matter of mental well-being, but physical health. Practices that activate the parasympathetic nervous system, like meditation, deep breathing, yoga, and adequate sleep, can help break the cycle of stress and inflammation. Regular exercise, social connection, and anti-inflammatory diets also play important roles in mitigating the effects of chronic stress. Our bodies evolved an elegant system to handle acute dangers, but not the persistent stressors of modern life. The fight-or-flight response that once saved our ancestors from predators now contributes to chronic disease when constantly activated. By understanding this connection between our stress response and inflammation, we can take steps to protect our health in our stress-filled world.